A new Tennessee law went into effect back in July that critics say effectively criminalizes homelessness. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development shows that about 7,000 people in Tennessee experience homelessness every single day. State Capitol reporter Chris O'Brien spoke with those on both sides of the debate, including one homeless shelter whose executive director says she doesn't want to get in a fight with the legislature, but she says the law is stretching them very thin.
In downtown Nashville sits Room in the Inn, a homeless shelter. The staff there says they love their jobs, but in July it got a little more chaotic. The Tennessee legislature passed a law this year making it a felony to camp on public property. It came after an already hard set of years with COVID-19.
Encampments became very visible in that time. And then for this law to be put into place, it just seems like it was built out of frustration.
Rachel Hester heads up the shelter. She says she doesn't want to get in a fight with politicians and her peers, but she can't deny this law has been tough.
Now it's creating friction there instead of we were all trying to help. Now it's creating a division even in your own neighborhood.
Representative Mark White, a Republican in Memphis, co-sponsored the law when it was a bill.
What do you say to people who say you're targeting a group of people who can't help or support themselves?
If we allow part of our society just to do what they want to, camp out anywhere where there's not sanitation conditions, there's not public restrooms and things, then I think we're doing our communities. I'm concerned about the spread of social diseases and sanitation.
Where are homeless people supposed to go now?
Well, there are places that like I just said, there's union missions and other things that we set up. And if there's not, we need to seriously look at that because that is an issue right now.
It's a debate that divided the legislature, even amongst Republicans themselves. Senator Mark Pody of Lebanon voted against the bill.
If they're homeless, they're going to be living somewhere, and if they can't do it on public property, they have to go on private property, and that's just switching the problem from one situation to another.
The law went into effect without addressing the affordable housing crisis or a place for homeless people to go. It'll be up to local municipalities to make those decisions, in addition to deciding whether to enforce the law at all.
It's got to be enforced equally across the state and across whoever is enforcing it.
It's nerve-wracking for the actual people affected. At any minute, local governments could decide to enforce the law.
It just seemed like all we were doing is telling people they weren't welcome here. And that is not who Nashville has been. That is not who Tennessee has been.
Hester says Room in the Inn will keep pushing and helping where they can. But this law didn't make it any easier. In Nashville, Chris O'Brien.
Governor Lee, by the way, did not sign off on the law, saying, quote, "I do think there's a better way." However, even though he didn't sign off on it, by not vetoing the bill, it became law.